All right, guys. Hey, Jason with Fat Fender Garage. We're with Casey. How do you say your last name? Matthew?
Matthew.
Just Matthew.
That's it. Just Matthew.
It's spelled weird, to be honest with
French.
you.
Very weird.
Are you actually French? I would have guessed more like
Irish.
Casey Matthew with Casey's Paint Shop out of Dallas,
Burleson, Texas.
So we're here at the F100 Grand Nationals in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. He decided to come up and attend the show for the first time this year, so super awesome to have him here. He's got a pretty badass 68 F100. And he's rebuilt this thing like 3 times, and I think he finally got it right this time. And so we are going to learn a little bit more about it, but also you've been changing oil for a little while now, washing cars, and we want to know what else.
Everything, man.
What else you're doing. He's actually got a lot going on, not just painting cars.
Try not to have all my eggs in one basket. I've got a automotive lube center and mechanic shop and a self-serve car wash too. So I don't want to change oil, I don't want to wash cars, but they do pay the bills, and then it allows me to have fun with this kind of stuff and travel around and do the car shows and give a little less F's. I'm trying to be PG here a little bit, so that way I can play with this and not be so worried about things. So
this thing's been built a few times. It's been built on Fast and Loud.
Yep.
It's been built after that with a new motor, kind of went through that again and changed it all up. Blew that thing up.
Did.
Too much boost.
Not too much. The motor just wasn't ready for it. Oh. There's never such a thing as too much boost.
Okay, the motor wasn't ready for the boost that Casey wanted to put to it.
There you go.
And then at that point, tear this thing down. Let's start over from ground up, roaster shop chassis. You seem to think that speed and boost is the only thing that matters.
I seem to know that speed and boost are the only thing.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
There's more other F100 shops in the area, the lower 48, that think that building a very safe, reliable, warrantyable car is the way to go, and everybody has their thing.
I'm familiar with Gas Monkey Garage. So anyways, Casey likes to put a lot of boost to it, and so what he's done is basically taken an Illuminator motor.
This was an Illuminator, so when I built it and took it to SEMA, it was an Illuminator motor, stock, with cams and a Whipple, and it ran on Ignite E98.
Okay.
They're red. And then went to the road course, and road racing is not known for having superchargers. It's a lot of pressure on the crank, and on and off throttle, you just consistently yanking on it, and I snapped the snout off the end of the crank. Pulled the motor out, I was going to rebuild it, and then, normal fashion for me, bigger the better, so I contacted RPG Racing Engines, and it's a 5.2 Voodoo block with billet rods, crank, and pistons. Everything's studded. It's got a crank saver bolt in it, and then Frankenstein cylinder heads did the heads, and a custom set of cams, and now it's with 20 pounds of boost and 11.5 Wonder compression. So
A lot of boost.
a lot of boost.
Pretty medium compression still, not like, but the internals make all the difference to handle that.
Oh yeah,
Forged.
absolutely.
Yeah, so.
And the race fuel helps a lot too, because I'm not worried about detonation.
You mentioned the word voodoo, so a lot of people don't know the difference between a regular Coyote and a voodoo. What's the difference?
So regular Coyotes are sleeved, where the 5.2 is, they're not sleeved, and they've got like a spray coating in the cylinder walls. Extra webbing, and I can't remember the bore size on it, but cylinder walls in these things are small anyways, like 3. I'd be lying if I told you, so I'm not going to lie to you. It's just a little bit stronger motor as far as bottom end. Anytime you go up on motor, you can go up on power too. In the case where this is bigger is better, so the more cubic inches you have, the better it is.
Anything we need to know about how much horsepower? Do you even care to share that? Like, do you know the real numbers, or
It's right at 1,200 at the wheels.
1,200 at the wheels?
Yeah.
So not at the crank, the wheels, 1,200 horsepower. I've never ridden in anything with that much horsepower, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I should take you for a ride.
One of these times you'll have to show me what horsepower is about.
If you're here when I pull this thing out, we will go down the road.
Okay. All right. So custom intake. I can see you got a custom Fat Fender Garage oil filler cap on there rather than a plastic thing.
That mod was just done today by the owner of Fat Fender Garage. Not bad.
Freebies every now and then. He's used to all the freebie stuff.
No, I wish. This was not a cheap truck.
Tell us about wheels.
So wheels are Budnick Gasser G 1910 in the front and 1912 in the rear.
Okay, so pretty wide in the front.
Yeah, it's a 275/30, I think, or whatever.
That's big.
And then the rear is a 345/30.
Yeah. Power steering?
Unisteer steering.
Okay, so the Unisteer power steering.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem I wouldn't say it's even a problem. It doesn't like the wide tire in the front and the weight. The truck weighs 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, pretty heavy.
So if I back out of my driveway and say you're full left, if I back out of my garage and then try to turn right, it doesn't like lock it to the other direction. You're driving down the road, once you're moving, it's fantastic. Perfect. But it does not like the wider, heavy truck.
And I guess if you're autocrossing, I guess you could electric power steering's a little bit better anyways.
Well, for RPM, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Not boiling anything over. More or less, I built this truck to show it off, and then I like road racing. So we've taken it out to the road course once so far. That's where I broke the motor. But I'd like to do more of that.
And with the coilovers, you feel like it's set to go.
Yeah, I set it up for the track. It did really well out there. I mean, the video, it's not laying over. It's not trying to lean to one side or not. So
You did go with a green interior. Is this something your wife chose, or?
dude's got jokes.
What?
So the green interior is all mine.
It's got punches. Jeez.
The green, I was trying to find color, so I did a spray out of the outside, and then I knew my inside color. So I did spray out, and then I found the color that I liked here that
It's
matched
kind of like a olive titanium-ish color.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what it came off of. I was just going through the color chips. Yeah, and it matched, so I was happy. And then found the leather to match it that I liked.
Casey, what year is that trailer?
2016.
Damn, it looks brand new. I mean, you keep it inside?
Covered.
Yeah.
He hardly
covered.
takes it anywhere, though.
Well,
The green interior, it's a factory seat that was in it, and I cut all the springs out of it, put plywood down, and then shape foam until I was happy with it. And then had the interior shop wrap it.
So you glued the foam and did all that yourself for your comfort?
One of my guys did. So we kept shaping it, and I was like, too much under the leg, not enough in the back, and we finally got to where I was happy with it.
It's hard to do that because you have a customer and you'll do something for someone, because we do upholstery, and I'm like, betcha, I thought it was right.
Yeah.
And then he'll come sit in it, and then you'll change it.
It's hard with leather, too, because depending on how tough or soft the leather is, it'll change the whole feel of the seat.
I've got a seat I've done 4 times for the guy. You know who you are.
I'd kick him out. You better hope you don't listen to me. I'd kick you out if you made me do a seat 4 times.
4 times. But it's
Be
just
out.
it's trying to get it soft enough for his back, right? And then he's like, a little too much lumbar, a little, so by the time you're done, you're like trying to make the customer happy, but you're like, Anyways, so that's why you had me build your truck, all right? So
you want to be complicated, go to him. I'll kick you out. On the seat, too, I did blue foam in the middle and white on the outsides. So from right here, from here to here is the soft blue.
soft stuff, yeah.
And I did white here to the center.
For support on the ends and all that kind of
I
stuff.
want it to feel bolstered without being bolstered.
Yeah.
So I sink into it, and it fits pretty good, and then the seat belts hold me in there pretty good. So
yeah, that's cool. I like it. And so are these Dakota digital gauges, or?
they are.
Okay.
I had Dakota design it for me. They're gauges that they have normally.
So these are the HDX gauges, I think.
Yeah, but the gauge layout's different. So
it is a little different, and then a little bit different coloring on the RPMs and.
So I had them change it. So my 60s straight up and my RPMs are flipped over. And I had them bring the red line.
What's the red part right there?
That's where you start getting, that's what we call the fun zone.
Okay.
Red's the fun zone. The green is like anywhere but 465.
I've never been in the fun zone.
Yeah, well, I didn't figure. So green means you're doing all right. Yellow is like, oh, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And red is like, hold on.
Hold on. Something's gonna give.
I had them put, instead of the voltmeter,
Okay.
I had them put my boost gauge up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So I like
that's
to
a
see
good
my
idea.
boost.
Yeah.
So I want to know if that needle's hitting 20 minimum.
If it's not, out. Dakota's really good about putting like logos and stuff in it. They're super awesome about it. So that's pretty nice detail. Restomod AC.
Yep.
Looks like you got a custom valance that you put underneath there for. Yeah, very cool.
The headliner, because when we did the roll cage, we cut the body out of the inside of it and then put the roll cage in and then put the body back in.
Oh, okay.
So everything meets and then it's half in, half out.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I actually didn't even notice that.
Then the factory headliner didn't fit, so we made a board that fit in there. I say the upholstery shop came out and then all this is filled in.
I use the word we a lot in my shop too.
I feel bad.
But
we is like me and a group of guys.
Yeah.
I didn't do all of this, but I had help.
You probably do more than I do.
I don't know what you like. I'm gonna bust you a little bit. Like today, I looked for you 3 different times. I went to that trailer. They said you were outside. So I went outside. They're like, he went inside. I'm like, you're doing a really good job of training his guys to say, oh man, he just left. And I was like, where the hell is Jason?
I was back in the hotel
And then
watching
you
TV.
I text you and you're like, nope, not texting back. So I'm
Right.
like, I give up with this.
Well, anyway. So the bed is just a labor of love, something you're pretty proud of back here because
I am flawless.
This thing's pretty awesome back here. This is the original bed floor.
No, this is 6 different Bronco floors put together.
Okay.
And one thing I don't like about these trucks, I've never been a fan of, is the flat panel in front and the back of the fender wells. They don't look that good, I don't think, because they're not straight from the factory.
Sure.
And then if they were ever dented, they're stretched.
Yeah.
So I want to do away with those. And then these are Bronco tubs that we stretched. And then I raised the bed. For the fast track chassis, you only have to raise it like 2.5 or 3 inches or something like that. I went with 5.5 or 6 inches because on top of my chassis, the exhaust comes down the middle and then goes on top of the notch. And my X pipe is above that. And then I got my 2 mufflers right here underneath.
Okay, so they're just dumping right there.
Yep.
Both sides.
Yeah, so, what's the way for me to get the quietest truck possible?
Right.
Coyotes are notoriously loud.
Super loud,
anyways.
right? Hard.
And I said, I want the truck very quiet when I'm driving, when it starts, at high idle.
No
Just wanna-
drone, just
I said, I got a blower, I want to hear the blower. I don't care what the exhaust sounds like, I want it quiet. The best way you can do it, come out of the headers, hit a resonator. So I went 3-inch exhaust, custom headers that Gap Racing built me. They're inch and 7/8 to 2-inch primaries.
Okay.
Down to 3-inch, goes 3-inch to a
resonator.
Yep, the Vibrant Super Quiet.
Okay.
Just 3-inch all the way back, X is over, and then it's got the muffler at the back. The farther you can get the muffler back.
Right.
And in my head, it was always put the muffler farther forward and no resonators. But the resonator muffler, if you're going down the road, like, if you're not thinking, you don't even know the truck's running.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
You put a resonator and mufflers and do the same kind of a process to get it quieter. Resonators, X-pipe, mufflers. And if you use the right muffler, it's not bad. Not all mufflers are created equal. So some can, I don't care what you do, they're going to be super loud. But we've had some pretty good luck with, we use Borla, the XR1 Racing, and they seem to be, pretty quiet. I hate loud.
I hate resonation.
I hate it so bad. And I did a little video where I talked about I'm changing the exhaust on it. It's too loud. And I got ripped and destroyed by people. The customer wants it loud. I'm like, he doesn't know what loud is. Like he's based it off his F250 he's driving around, right?
Right.
And he goes, I want it to be louder, louder than that. And the reality is anything you're going to do is going to be louder.
So I started building my Lightning. The one, the 4-link truck that I've been waiting on.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm looking for a 4-link for a 95 Lightning. If Fat Fender would.
Okay, we're going to build one for him. He just has to order it, all right?
6 months ago.
No, he has to actually pay it.
I'm waiting for you to tell me you got it. You're like, you just sent me a text, and I'll call you out right now. Pull your text out. We're just about done with that 4-link. That's what you told me.
Okay.
Busted. So
I'll get him a price, and we'll see if he pays for it.
I will pay for it. I started building that truck, and my tuner was coming in town, and we were talking about mufflers and all that. I was like, dude, I don't have any mufflers on right now. I just need a startup tune. He's like, I'd really like to have muffler on for you to be able to so we could at least drive it if we wanted to. So I bought the Flowmaster Flow FX. Have you seen those?
Mm-hmm.
Like $36 a piece. I haven't taken them off. They're fantastic.
Really?
Do they sound? Everybody laughs at my car. It sounds like a fucking Indy car. It is the most loud, crazy, cool sound, but it's not loud in the truck when I'm driving it.
Really?
But when you stand on that, dude, everybody's like, you sound like a Winston Cup car going by.
Really?
Winston Cup. Jeez, that's how old I am. I have a video of this truck. Look at this picture, man. I looked up earlier. This dude's taking a picture of me. Y'all recognize that guy? Taking a picture of me. It was creeping. I was just standing in front of my truck, minding my own business.
Wow. Do it again. All right.
This thing
Sounds pretty good.
It is a controlled environment. Not really. It's out front of my shop.
Do not do this at home. Let's put Caltrax on it and be done.
They had Caltrax on. I didn't like the way they rode. Yeah. I live on a bumpy country road to my house.
So Caltrax work really good. They'll hold your fanny down, but you go forward and reverse.
Fanny or butt?
It'll hold the down on the truck.
He cussed.
All right. But when you put it in reverse and forward, like the whole back end is just like
Well,
it's
in
kind of
mine,
annoying.
like they say, you run it down until it touches or whatever, just before it touches. I live 2.5 miles from my house, but 1.5 miles of it's on a country road. And dude, you should hit a bump and it comes back up. It's bucking me everywhere. I took them off. So I'm not going to do this. We built a long bar setup for it, put it on there.
Now, is this the same color that was painted on Fast and Loud?
Yes.
Exact same color. So that has not changed at all.
And that's the only thing that is still from Fast and Loud. The only thing that's the same about the truck is the color and sheet metal. Like everything else, the chassis, all the interior is gone. I took that chassis, wheels, brakes, everything, put it underneath the American racing truck that we built a couple years ago, and sold it to them.
So we've been joking this weekend that I like to be a little more conservative because if it breaks, I don't want to have to fix it. And he's like, I don't care if it breaks.
I don't care.
No warranty.
No warranty with me. We build these things to beat on them. Why would I warranty that?
Yeah. So it turns out I'm rescinding all warranties because of him. What's the future hold for Casey? You've kind of took it easy, got the other little businesses up and rolling, and you just moved shops and into a brand new shop, and kind of got some new guys kind of working with. So what's the plan in the future there?
Honestly, we're trying to venture to get more into trucks, less into cars.
People ask me, like, why do you build just trucks? I'm like, that's what I want to build.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do all the other stuff because I actually find the truck stuff fun.
My passion is trucks. We have some cars in the shop. I'd rather do trucks just because that's more fun for me. I mean, and I want to enjoy going to work. So the other businesses I have help, like, take the ease off that, and I can be more selective of what we got in the shop. It's one of those things that's like a boutique business anyways, right?
Yeah.
So if everything hits the fan with a customer, I'm the last person that gets paid. So I'm trying not to put all my eggs in one basket and hope that I'm not stretched too thin the next year or two. Hopefully we'll all be doing trucks. I've got one full-time guy with me right now. Just hired another one that starts at the end of the month. And then I've got a part-time guy. He's a firefighter and he works with us when he's not on shift. But that's it, man. Right now I'm building a 67 Highboy. Okay. Just ordered some parts from you, I think. I don't know if they're actually coming or not. And if that works out, I want to drive it to SEMA. It's not going to go in the show, but I want to drive it there and drive it back for fun. And then after that, we're going to build a pre-runner crew cab.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. That'll be Godzilla motor. So hopefully everything gets worked out on that and you figure out something and we can buy some more parts.
Well, that'll be cool. And that's kind of a little bit of what I've done is try to not put all my eggs in one basket either. Just trying to do a few different little things because, as you know, building anything for anyone is so much work and expectations sometimes are hard to meet. And whether it's the guys are trying to meet your expectations and you're trying to meet the customer's expectations, like it's really difficult. And so trying to also simplify a lot of the things that we do in our own shop with just having some consistency of, I just want to go get that part and put it on, and I don't want to have my guys, because you can take 5 guys working for you and you go tell them to do all the exact same thing on 5 different trucks. It's done 5 different ways.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not that it's wrong, it's just
everybody has their own way.
Their own way, and the problem is I want more consistency with what we do, so I'm like, well, this is the part we'll use, and everyone knows how to use it, and we just do it the same. So kind of the reason why I started like getting more into the chassis and all the components for all the swaps is just simplifying it not only for me, but also for the guys, other shops, people that are trying to get into Coyote swaps. And the question is what the hell do I do?
Yeah, well, I think it's great.
So Casey's very competent. He can do whatever he wants. He doesn't need to buy any parts from me.
Makes the job easier.
If we can help him out, we try to, even if it's an oil filter cap.
It does look good.
It's better than the plastic yellow thing you had on there. So
agreed.
It was nice to be part of the build for us, Fat Fender Garage.
Oh yeah. Well, at least the crew cab. I mean, the Highboy will be a big part of. Waiting on parts so I can put a motor and transmission in it.
It's always good to hang out with Casey. First time I met him officially was like at a Good Guys car show. Slowly over time, got to know him a little bit better. Pretty good guy. You can't really take him very seriously.
I like how he says pretty good. He's a pretty good guy. I'm just more loud than he is. I think it makes him uncomfortable, honestly. So
he's R-rated. I'm PG. G.
Very G-rated.
Okay.
I'm borderline R to X. You're like G, maybe PG.
He even got me to swear today, which is...
I felt good about that. It did. I felt accomplished today. He's cussed at me.
Thanks for checking us out. The Grand National F100 show is a pretty cool show. So they had probably 800 trucks here.
There's expected more tomorrow.
There's going to be more tomorrow. So you can stay tuned. I've got a truck we're starting. It's a 71 Ford F250. It's got a service bed on it with the camper. We're gonna be actually starting that truck pretty soon.
You robbed me of that truck. I got robbed on that.
He slept in Saturday morning and got robbed.
Messaged the guy about the truck, and then this dude sends me a picture of him buying it. I got ripped.
Every now and then, if I'm looking for a good laugh or I want him to use the F word at me, I'll send him a photo of that truck, and the very next text comes out as F you.
Yep.
I can show you the text messages. So we got a Godzilla motor that's going to go in that truck, and we'll try to get that perfected. Mostly just it's a different truck, and I wanted something different rather than just another F100 truck. So it'll be kind of fun, and it'll probably be like a 600 horsepower, like.
Oh, long. You won't even do that.
I'm gonna put a cam in it.
Why don't you put a supercharger on top of it?
It feels dangerous.
It is dangerous. It's fun. Dangerously fun.
The motor cost me $9,000.
You paid too much. They're cheaper than that now.
Okay.
You should have
Maybe
waited.
I paid $7,800 for it. No, by the time I bought all the toys and all that other stuff and the front runner stuff, I'm into this thing like $9,000, and then I don't want to hurt it.
Build another one.
There's the difference. I'm always concerned about breaking it, and he just wants to break it.
Dude, I blew up the motor in my Lightning too, did I tell you that? I was beating on it, stood on that dude in front of the shop, and that tensioner collapsed. Broke the chain, spun down, interference motor, all the valves hit the pistons. Pulled it out that next morning, yanked it out, figured out what's going on, had the head rebuilt, put it back in 7 days later, back running again.
Maybe we're gonna put a supercharger on our Godzilla, and we'll see what happens. Maybe like
You don't, I'm gonna do
a
it.
3-inch pulley.
When are you gonna take it? Are you gonna go to SEMA with it?
No, it'll be done before then. I'm not waiting that long.
All right.
Anyway, so hey, thanks for watching us. Casey with Casey's Paint Shop, Jason, Fat Fender Garage, and thanks for hanging out with us as we kind of talked about Casey and his truck and the cool guy that he is, and thanks for being my friend. I don't have very many.
You're welcome.
And
It's my charity work for the year.
We'll see you guys later.
Later.
Yeah.
So then,
Anyways, I guess I need to just loosen up a little bit, maybe.
it'd be great. You squeak when you walk.
All right. I thought about buying a trailer. I was really looking hard. Here we go. I think it was one of those. Was it a Coyote in it?
Yeah. It was my old Coyote.
Your old Coyote, that gentle, furry little kitten motor you had
It
in it.
makes $750. Child labor laws going on with me. You got a whole crew with you filming stuff.
They're legal age, though.
Oh, mine's not. He don't get paid either.